Alright, hello everyone, it's Mystic Juicer back with some more Slay the Spire. And I'm doing something a little bit different this time. So I'm playing on a seed, and more than that, I'm playing on a seed that I've already played before. So I'm part of the Penny Arcade forum community, and one of the people in the Slay the Spire thread in particular, MNC Dover, shoutouts, put together this neat little challenge, basically setting out specific seeds for specific characters, and then encouraging everybody to play only those seeds and kind of compare and contrast how well they did and what kind of choices they made and what kind of builds they went for, to see if we can learn a little bit. It's kind of make it a more of a community affair. So I did a run on this seed before with the Silent on Ascension 5. And was not successful. I actually, so playing honestly, so no resets, nothing like that. I made it to the Act 2 boss and then died. And after that, I stopped the video, and I just, I did the reset and saw just how far I could get. And it turns out I could get to the Act 3 boss, but there was no way that I could, I reset a couple of, probably a half dozen times, and I just couldn't beat him. So what I'm going to do is, because Silent is by far the class I am the weakest in, and in an effort to learn a little bit of something and see how much I can improve kind of my decision making and also my deck building, I'm going to play it again and make some different choices and see where I can get. And I'll kind of I'll reference the previous build slightly and the previous run where it's relevant, and where I'm making different decisions based on what I've learned. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's get to it. Let's see what we can make happen here. Okay, so right off the bat, the first time I played this, I chose a rare card to obtain. I think I'm still going to do that. I'm going to try to kind of rehabilitate the build that I ended up kind of failing at constructing, and I'm going to try to make better choices and see if just slightly different deck building would get me to the end of to a successful run, basically. So we're going to do this, and I'm going to pick Nightmare because that's the one I did last time, and see if the routing should change. So last time I started with one of these. Went up here, so I had a decision point if I wanted an additional fight or another encounter. Took the elite, went on to take the other elite, hit the shop, and then made a decision. I had a decision about whether to hit the shop again or go for some other events before finally fighting the Hexaghost. So I think, let's see, is there a different approach that would have been better, maybe? So after this fight, I can instead choose to take a fight before healing and then going for a different elite and skipping this shop. And that gets me, I guess it gets me one more upgrade. So maybe, yeah, that's actually pretty important, because the last run I had, Act 1 went relatively smoothly, but in Act 2 I had absolutely almost no opportunity to upgrade any of my cards because I was taking too much damage during the actual fights. So not too much an Act 1 thing, but definitely the way I was started to build in Act 2 needs some adjustment. So I'm going to go pretty much for the same thing that I did last time. Yeah, I think I started on this one actually. So again, in the early game, Nightmare is not going to be all that much use to us. We're going to use it to set up kind of the central build of this deck. But for now, it's just going to be a dead draw, which I don't mind too much. I'm going to go for the kill here and then just take 4 damage. It's not too bad. Okay, fight number 1 down. The first time around, I ended up going for Quick Slash, But the build I was going for would have been helped much more with an Endless Agony, I think. So I'm going to end up choosing this. So obviously, I'm trying to think if it would be justified to pick Endless Agony right off the bat here, not knowing anything else about the rest of the run. I think there's an argument to be made for it. It exhausts itself out of the deck, so if I don't end up going for an Endless Agony style plan, then it's still 8 damage for free on the turn that I draw it. Whereas this, I'm paying 1, I'm getting the draw. I think I'm relatively happy just picking the Endless Agony there. Obviously for what I'm going for, but I think between those two choices, I think those are relatively equal. But who knows? Okay, there we go. We get some free... Yeah, I think I want to cash this out as quickly as possible, rather than keeping one to cycle. Nice, we get the 2 strikes. Okay, we get another Endless Agony. I'm going to take that as well. Right. Okay, so we're definitely picking the finisher, because I don't remember seeing it on further up the ladder. It's also the more important card in terms of what we're going to be facing next, because I am going for this elite. I went for it last time with the Quick Slash as my first card pick, and that ended up working out rather nicely. I think this particular combination, so the Endless Agonies combo really nicely with the finisher. The Nightmare on the finisher can be really, really effective. If we're facing the Gremlin Knob or Lagavulin, I think this combination of cards on its own can carry. If we're facing the Sentries, then probably we never play Nightmare and we just rely on our blocks and survival and stuff to make it through. Yeah, so I'm still on this path. Right. Okay, so I can't remember exactly the sequence of cards I got here. Oh, great. Curse. Not here? Yes, okay. So we could pick up a Neutralize. It's another 0-cost attack, which is nice with a finisher. We can then focus on getting more draw. Ooh, Afterimage. Nice, okay. That was another thing that showed up later in the run that I was curious about trying. So getting it early will be... interesting. Sneaky Strike. I don't want that. Infinite Blades. I don't think I actually want that. Yeah, no, that's fine. Oh, okay. Neutralize was there. Okay, still relatively happy with the way that turned out. I'm at 53 health. I'd rather play it safe against the Elite, just so I can maximize the number of Smith spots, because that was a challenge last time. I don't need the heal, so let's get some of that health back. Okay, let's drink this. Let's Nightmare the finisher. Okay, and if I recall, this was a boatload of damage. So we're going to do this. Yeah, 1-turn kill. So basically, as soon as I got here in the last build, I was like, okay, this has legs. Like, obviously, you know, it's reliant on some good draw in RNG, but the Ring of the Snake actually helps a lot in terms of getting us 7 cards out of our deck very early. So this was the dragon that I was chasing all of the last build. So let's see if we can make something happen. So want to pause here and talk through what I think were the flaws in the build. Because in the first act, it worked really nicely. Like, this core kind of concept came together fairly frequently. Especially, you know, it was very effective against elites, single target elites in particular. And so, yeah, why not pursue it? Obviously, Act 1, it worked well. In Act 2, what I found was a lot of the card rewards I was getting were footworks and backflips. So I can't turn down footworks. I mean, footworks is probably one of the best overall cards, I think, for any of the classes. So I typically always pick it, especially with the one build I know how to play for the Silent is a heavy block poison build, which is probably the easiest build to play. It's the one you're most introduced to at the very beginning with the character, like based on the cards that you get access to at the very start of the game before you unlock everything. That's kind of the build that's really encouraged by the game. And that has very particular ways of playing it. It's very slow. You can build like you can build a deck. The thing that I struggle with it is essentially what you do is you spend most of your turns paying like one energy out of your 3 or 4 or 5 towards keeping poison active, and then all the rest of your energy can be spent defensively, because poison has such a, like, if you were able to last long, which you do through the blocks, your aggression is actually free, right? Like, or it's heavily discounted. You don't have to spend mana on blocks and also attacks. So in this kind of deck, and your deck can be relatively large, right? You want a couple of footworks, you want a couple of other powers, you want as much block and draw as you can fit into it to make the draw and all that more consistent. So I was kind of pursuing a similar kind of strategy with this particular build, and I think the flaw in it was that it just ended up being kind of a mishmash. Like, I'd spend energy on blocking a lot, and that would mean that the enemies in Act 2, which are scaling, and I'm pursuing this very flat damage combo, which can deal a lot of damage. Like, I just dealt like 100 something damage in one turn against the Lagavulin, but if I'm not spending, but I spend all of my mana aggressively. I spent almost nothing on defense, or actually, yeah, 0 on defense. So I'm going to try to pursue that kind of just kill them really quick strategy and see how far it gets me. So one of the things I was thinking of when I was thinking about it afterwards and posting in the forum thread was Afterimage actually makes a good amount of sense for this deck, because it's an investment. It's a one-time investment defensively, but then everything else I spend can be pure aggression, because the aggression will generate defense for me automatically. So the question is, to make a very long story even longer, do I pick the second Afterimage? I'm tempted to pick it and then make that almost my only defense, like just take Afterimage, and then just go for combos constantly. So what happens if you upgrade this? Okay, it gets an 8. Okay, so that's actually, yeah. So I probably want to upgrade those fairly quickly so that I have that guaranteed defense started at the very beginning. I'm gonna try a second Afterimage, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so as discussed, I'm gonna go left here rather than take the 2 shops, because as I recall, I barely had enough money to, like, after I spent everything in the first shop, I barely had enough money for the second one, and kind of picked one random thing. On the other hand, what I didn't do last time was aggressively remove cards out of this deck, which is another way of making it more consistent. Getting rid of the, I guess, the strikes and defends in equal measure, maybe. Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna go this way anyway, and I'm gonna upgrade one of the Afterimages. Yeah, they seem important. The only reason I'm hesitating is the last time not upgrading Nightmare to make it cost 2 meant I basically never played it at all, even in Act 2 after picking up an energy relic on the first boss. So I think that's fine for now. We'll upgrade it later. We'll get the after image going. Okay, so I'll do this. I think I'll let these cycle in to go for a big turn, like a bigger future turn. And just get started on the back guy. Especially since they're kind of 2-block when I draw them as well. Okay, so the after image. So if we had upgraded the Nightmare instead, I could Nightmare here, although then I'm taking 20 damage, so that's not ideal. Okay, can we finisher one of these guys down? I don't think we need to optimize that badly. Oh, yeah, here we go. Two after images, we've got 9 block, we had no defensive cards in our hand. Okay, so I think that has promise. Definitely think I'm onto something here. Okay, excited about this build. Tiny chest, right. Okay, so I definitely want to be careful about going too heavy. I think I picked up the well-laid plans last time because holding for either Nightmare or Finisher was helpful. It was also 0 cost, so if I draw it in my opening hand, it's really helpful. It doesn't get innate, does it? No. But it allows me to retain some cards. I think it's still a smart play. I think like a 20, maybe 24 card deck with as much draw as we can find is going to be the way to go here. Okay, so we'll go for the first shop. And keep in mind that I want to get rid of stuff. So I want to keep another 100. Thinking ahead is very tempting. Just because it gives us that draw that we're looking for to try to get our combo going. We don't have a ton of skills that we're playing. Healing before boss combats is nice, but I don't want to spend 200 gold here when I could be like on recovery if we can optimize the deck to not need the recovery. So I think I'm doing this no matter what. I think I'll take the strikeout first. Baby steps. Baby steps. Okay, I can spend 140 more gold. I really want the thinking ahead, though. But it combos well with Endless Agony, too, because I can pick up 2 of them, and if I don't need 2 of them that turn, I can put 1 on top and then draw into 2 more the next turn. I think I'm just going to take it. Right. Cool. Okay, so here, last time I picked footworks. This time, I'm not going to. I think I'm going to go for acrobatics. I want the additional draw. Because the more draw makes this better, and all we're trying to do is make this as good as we possibly can. So I'm going to go for the acrobatics. Oh, if only we had, if only we had finisher this turn. Oh, I didn't even need the finisher. Okay, sweet. Okay. Backflip for a little bit more block and a little bit more draw. Again, I want to try to keep this as small as possible. I can essentially cycle out a defend for the backflip, is the idea. The only things I really don't want to draw into are the acrobatics, because that's just more draw, and I don't want to be spending that. But again, I get 2 cards. I think it's not a bad idea. Unfortunately, we don't have enough gold to remove a card. Forgot about that. In that case, since I have full potions, I've got thorns for the boss, block for the next act if I don't need it, and explosive potion for an awkward encounter. I think I'll skip the second chop entirely. There we go. Still great. I mean, we've essentially taken no damage after a certain point. I think 1 explosive potion's fine. I value the additional defense a little higher, and thorns for the boss. Make that more consistent. And I don't think I want any of these. This is only a single draw. The real value of draw for me is to activate my Endless Agonies. Already got the Well-Laid Plans. I only really need the 1. And that doesn't help me with my game plan of going fast, so skip. Again, when I'm saying all this, I'm mostly trying to say it out loud so that when I completely die in Act 2, I have something to compare back to. So I can go like, oh, you know, maybe all that stuff I said was wrong. What parts of it were wrong? I'm actually going to activate Pocket Watch here and just deal 6 so that I draw a ton more on the next turn. So I'll draw 8 on the next turn. And hopefully activate the combo all in one go, and we can just burst this guy down. Okay, I didn't quite get it. This is always going that way. So we pick up. Okay, there's the finisher. We have 3 mana to... We can definitely split him, so I think we split him. We'll put a defend on top. Yeah. Okay, and then strike. This all goes face. Yeah, like that's the burst damage I'm chasing. We just want to optimize that as much as possible. I can explosive potion right away now if I need to, but I don't. Yeah, we'll just spend this. So we're literally looking only for 3 damage. Booyah. Another explosive potion. We're going to say no to that again. Again, no to footworks. Bad footworks. Deflect. It's free block. It's free real estate. But it doesn't do anything for us. It might be better than a defend, but I'm already going to be competing for removal slots without adding something instead. So I think I'll just say no, and the outmaneuver... No, I think the outmaneuver is just overkill. You don't need it. I think. Okay, we get an opportunity to smith. It's a boss fight. So Nightmare is the most tempting target. I could also go for Afterimages immediately to make the defense more consistent in Act 2. So I'm tempted by that. So every first turn we're going to be Afterimage, something. Does mean the Nightmare is consistently bad in Act 2 though. This is super key, but I don't think that it is so key that it has to be upgraded now. So I'm going to go for the Nightmare because there were times I wanted to play it in Act 2 previously, and I couldn't because it was 3. And hopefully it'll also make it more useful against this boss. Okay. That's good. We can retain a card if we cycle into something useful. None of these are attacks. I think I'll discard that. And I think I'll leave it at that just to get additional draws in the next turn. He's going to attack for a lot next turn, so I'll keep the Survivor. And we're drinking that. Okay, we're definitely doing that. We're definitely doing that. And then... we could Nightmare the finisher here. I don't think I'm in any danger of dying to this boss. But I want to go into the next one with as much health as possible. So maybe think ahead first. I can do this and hold on to the finisher. And then Nightmare it next turn when he's dealing less. Okay, 18, easy. Again, I'm going to allow the Endless Agonies to cycle to build up. Hold on to the finisher. Yeah, in retrospect, upgrading the Nightmare over the finisher is definitely the way to go on this boss, because a lot of the way we're going to kill him is going to be with Thorns. So we don't have to be super active. Obviously we want to be as active as possible. Neutralize is also something I want to upgrade as soon as I can. And do I just throw all this damage at his face? I have 2 more Endless Agonies. I'm going to have a ton of finishers on the next turn. I think so. It's so good. Sure, hold on to a strike. Sick. Yeah, that went really smoothly. Okay, hopefully we can do the same kind of thing going forward. Oh, interesting. Those are different card selections. Previously there was I think there was an Envenom, the AoE exploding corpse. So I definitely wanted that. Given that I don't have the option to do so, I think picking 1000 Cuts here makes a lot of sense as that being my replacement AoE for Exploding Corpse or Corpse Explosion. Yeah, so I think that makes the most sense. It's another card I have to upgrade, though. The reason I'm tempted by it is we need AoE. Like, not just for Act 2 in general, but Act 3 definitely. Act 2 elites really kind of need AoE to cover. It's yet more kind of play lots of stuff synergy. Still 2 though, even if after upgrading. Does that dilute the deck too much too? No, we need damage. We don't have a ton of... Like, it's just Finisher, Nightmare, and Endless Agonies that are really carrying us right now, so I think 1,000 Cuts makes the most sense. Okay, we definitely need an energy relic, especially after adding 1,000 Cuts in. Last time I picked Sozu because I wanted the gold to be able to consistently get stuff out of my deck, even though I didn't end up doing much of that. I still think picking Sozu makes the most sense. Because we've removed 1 card, so it'll be 100 on the next card and 125, which is just shy. So I think, yeah, I think I'm still going to stick with Sozu. Just make everything a little bit more consistent. Now we have more ability to draw, to spend energy on drawing into our cards. Want to hit this and remove something. And then take... Okay, we have a possibility of perhaps hitting 3 shops where we can remove stuff. Last time, what path did I take? I know I started on this path. I think I skipped the first shop maybe. My plan was like, I felt so confident with the corpse explosion and just generally the combo when it aligned that I was like, okay, we can definitely try for 2 elites, and if we end up coming to this point with a deck that didn't perform as well, we've got outs, so we can make it to the boss at least. Try to take a victory against the boss, which is the Collector. Okay, so again, AoE is going to be important against him, just using the 1,000 cuts to mow down his little dudes. Okay, so I still think I agree with that plan. I still want to give myself outs in case this version of the deck without Corpse Explosion is not as effective. And that last one wasn't very effective. So this is the act where the run basically died. So I'm hoping that this stuff makes it more consistent. Is this an encounter where I need or want the Nightmare to go off? Maybe. So I'll hang on to that. And then just deal some damage. How does Nightmare work with Endless Agony? Do I get 6 of them? I don't think so, right? I'm not going to try it, because getting 6 of them and then drawing 4 cards would be bad, question mark? We have a chance to draw into Finisher. We deal 70 damage? It might be close. I'm going to try it. Because this also lets me do this. And prevent all this damage. Okay. It doesn't work like that, it turns out, but I think this is still good. Oh my god. Okay, all right. This is the deck I should have been playing the first time I did this, but I didn't know how to play the silent, and so I diluted it at every possible opportunity. Partly because of cards like this, which are really tempting. It's great with Finisher. I mean, it's so good I have to take it, right? Eventually, it gives me more excuses to get rid of Defends. Or potentially get rid of strikes, because it gives 2 attacks instead of the 1. I have to take it. I have to take it and I have to upgrade it. Okay. Okay, I'm excited with where we're going. We're definitely taking this shop, and we're taking stuff out of our deck. Yeah, there we go. Unless we drew really, really badly, that was going to work out. Sweet. No. Infinite Blades, I think, is the worst of the Shiv things for our purposes. It's upgraded, which is nice, but I'm already spending... Ideally, I'm already spending 2 of my 4 mana to cast both after images, so I don't really have the room for that. Flying Knee, upgraded Flying Knee is upgraded Flying Knee. It's okay. Choke is actually kind of tempting, but I think it just dilutes the game plan. So I'm not going to take it. I think I just want to take this package as far as I can. I mean, it works really nicely for Choke, right? It gives +3 damage to all of my 0-cost stuff. But we already kind of do that with 1,000 Cuts, so I'm going to skip. Panache is tempting. Accuracy is tempting. We definitely have to remove. Sling of Courage. We might just be skipping elites entirely, so I think I'm just going to get rid of a defend. Yeah. Keep the deck small. Backstab. The only reason I'm not immediately picking this is because we potentially already have like 2 or 3 cards with innate. So I don't want to crowd out my hand too much with stuff that isn't set up, right? Ideal first turn for me is just like get out all of the stuff that makes my next turns effective, and backstab is just straight damage, so I don't think I care. Purify is just too slow. I never want to be casting it. I think that's fine. Could take Centennial Puzzle to get more draw. That's tempting. But I think I just want to focus on losing cards out of my deck, so... It is really tempting, though. I have exactly money for it, too. That's like fate, right? It's fate. I gotta do it. Gotta do it. No, because we've already removed. And I don't want to take damage. 99 gold is very helpful. Okay, already things are looking way better than they were in the first time around. Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger is really important to our plan. So what am I thinking of upgrading? Cloak and Dagger. Weakness is useful, but After Image is really carrying hard. After Image, so we get consistent higher blocks as we go. It's a 22 card deck though. We start with 1 After Image in hand. So we draw into the second one pretty rapidly, right? 22 minus 7, 15. So at most 3 turns, yeah. 1,000 cuts, obviously, very helpful. But I think at this point, we have so many targets of upgrades that we want to hit that I'm not going to go after elites. And that's just too good to pass up. 8 damage and 6 block. And finisher upgrade is all too good. Okay. Yeah, so we'll do this. Do this. Yeah, a little bit of damage. Totally fine. Spend this turn just defending relatively easily. So this will be exactly the hand we draw. I think I'm happy with that. Could double Endless Agony, but I don't think I need to. I've already got all the block we need. So I'll just reduce his armor a little bit. Oh, keep something. Thinking ahead. Cool. Cool. Okay. Deck's really working. Just have to focus on getting rid of defense and strikes and replacing them with good shivs, shiv stuff. Like Blade Dance. Prepared is nice. Gets us a little bit more cycle. We have a little bit of draw, not too much. But it's good for after images, it's good for 1,000 cuts. Have to be a little wary of Time Eater. But assuming we're playing 12 cards a turn every turn, that should be fine too. Yeah, so this will replace a strike. Speaking of, let's remove a strike. Although we have, 4 strikes, 4 defends. Remove a defend first. We have 2 replacement defends, but we want to be a little more defensively minded, I guess. Get rid of a strike. Could take another fight, because I'm not going to have enough money to remove. Another shop coming up anyway. We're at nearly full health. This is the time to take a fight. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Bag of marbles, nice. Okay, we're kind of equipped to deal with this. After image, I think getting the finisher off is important. Or Nightmare on the finisher is important. I'm scared. I'm very scared. So this is going to deal 9 per, so I need to deal 1 of these going to it, and then 2 going somewhere else. Yeah, okay. And then oh. Do I want to get rid of the shield gremlin? Yeah, I do. I'm going to see if I can get away with not playing this. Well... I think I want to play 1,000 cuts though, because it's going to help me clear this stuff, and it's not. I'm not going to be able to kill this turn, right? So 1,000 cuts makes the most sense. Definitely neutralize. Maybe one Endless Agony, since I've already gotten rid of a bunch of them. Although I have Cloak again, I have Cloak and Dagger and Blade Dance now, so I don't need to rely as much on them. No, put one back on top. Okay. I think one of these has to go there, just to guarantee it. Strikes and Blade Dances. It's gonna make my finishers less effective if I play it, and I can't kill this thing anyway, so I think that's fine. No, I don't want to hang on to it. I want it to seed. I want it to grow. This is not ideal. Let's try to kill this thing. So I don't have to deal with it. 1, 2, 3. That does prevent the most damage, right? And he's nearly dead. Oh, so much damage. Soak a fair amount of it though, and I'm pretty healthy. Plated armor. Yeah, just in case. No, I don't want to be kicking myself for not playing it earlier. Okay, there we go. Good turn. We have a chance of drawing into Endless Agony, yes, but then we still have 2 mana, so I think I'd rather just do this. Okay, so we didn't end up having to play that, but whatever. It's fine. Storm of Steel is almost never going to be useful because we're playing basically everything that we possibly can every turn anyway. We don't have any discard synergy. We're not a poison deck. We already have well-laid plans. Okay, so that was at least an easy decision. These jerks. Ooh! Yeah, this thing's really coming together. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay. Do I want another acrobatics? I think we're at a good place in terms of draw. We got backflip, acrobatics, thinking ahead. It's not a ton, but we've also got a fairly small deck. Once we upgrade thinking ahead, that's going to be consistent. And we've got 4 powers that reduce our deck size as well. This exhausts. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I'm going to get another card removal. So that'll all be good. This is probably going to be a challenging fight. So maybe I want to Nightmare the after images. Especially with the amount of cards we can play for free. Okay, it's not a ton of armor. but it will be on the next turn. I'll do this. Sweet. That worked out perfectly, and we can put the 1,000 cuts on top. Or get another after image. I think we're fine with after images now. Yeah. We can retain it. Nice. Okay. So we shouldn't be in any trouble anymore. Acrobatics, blade dance. Booyah! Nothing here that helps us do what we want to do more effectively. Do I have any draw? I don't. Need to upgrade that. That'd be really helpful. Just as just generally more survivability. No, then again, for sure. And then get a chance to draw into that again. At a reduced cost. Just anything I want. A nightmare. It's not going to retain its cost, so I don't think so. Oh, it stays at 3. Weird. I don't think I've seen that happen before. And everything else costs 0, so I can still play it. Great. Nice. Wow, two after images is a lot of defense. I really, really undervalued that card in the past. No, we already have too many power. Like, we already have exactly the amount of powers we need. Picking good cards, picking Dagger Throw, even though you don't need it or does anything for you. Sweat. Dagger Spray, it's a little bit more AoE, but we're kind of dealing AoE with our 1,000 cuts, so I think this is another skip. 22. It is a teensy tiny bit of more AoE though. I think a little bit more AoE is good. Okay. Okay, here's an interesting thing. Finesse is very tempting. Again, play lots of stuff per turn is good. More blade dances. I haven't upgraded the one. I haven't upgraded the ones I've already got. Can't take any potions. So this is out. Juzu bracelet just to make things, but I think the issue is we still want to be winning our combats really hard. So I'm going to remove something, and then I'm going to think hard about the Wraith form. And the reason, let's see, what do I want to remove? We only have 4 energy anyway, so there's not a ton of ways we can fit in more strikes. So I think removing a strike is the right call. Okay, hear me out on Wraith form. It stays 3 cost. 2 intangible though. The only reason I'm thinking about it is because our main source of consistent block is After Image, which doesn't rely on dexterity at all. So, and we can hold on to it for essentially 2 turns of consistent, but it is another power. Yeah, I think we're gonna try it without Wraith form and just keep things consistent. I want to get either of these. Yeah. I really want Shuriken or I need any of the do 3 attacks get a benefit. Be really helpful. 30 hit points. I think I want to rest here. Again, there's a lot of stuff I want to upgrade, but I'm worried about this fight. Okay. Nightmare After Images. Or Nightmare Finisher, of course. I think Nightmare After Images is just so good that I have to try it. If I die to this fight, I'm going to reset and try it again. Because at this point, I'm just trying to learn how to build a deck, and I want to see where it fails. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. I'm probably going to die, but we're going to learn something. See how fast... Oh, I can only play one of the blade dances. Still pretty good.
A few moments later.
I think the alternate game plan should win us this fight. So, Nightmare, the After Images, get the well-laid plans. Just thinking ahead. Put the... Finisher back in to rush down one of the things. And keep the Endless Agonies to get our one finisher more effective. So this for sure. And then rush down the weakest one. I think holding on to the Blade Dance just because of how much block it generates, especially since he's multi-boosting these guys. I think I just want to block as hard as possible this turn. So, defend. That's a fair amount of block. Just take 5 on an all-out nut bar turn. Okay, we definitely want to kill these guys off. I want to get this out of my hand. We can afford to hold on to the After Images.
enough shield firepower to take them both out next turn. I'm not taking any damage, so I'll just apply it to this one instead. I'll hold on to the backflip. This is a little bit of draw and a little bit of armor. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Is there a finisher in here? No. Keep the backflip. Ah, perfect finisher turn. I might just want to play one more card here. Especially since he's blocking a lot of this, and then draw a bunch on the next turn. Definitely you. 3, 6, 8, okay, not gonna be wasting on him. It's 5 each, so we're gonna take both of them down. As opposed to 8 block. 39. I block it all anyway, so let's just... Yeah, turns out 5 after images is way better than 3 finishers. Okay, I think I can start getting rid of the endless agonies. 6 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so one more has to go here. Oh, you missed the... No, I just played it. So hungry for them that can't even remember when they show up. Okay, this is probably a 1 encounter. Yeah, I'd definitely say so. And I think that's our play, if we were to encounter the Time Eater as well. Would be to go full defensive and just play as many cards per turn as possible.
Sweet. Okay, so lesson learned there. Yeah, the finishers, especially unupgraded and with no terrors or phantasmal killer, we just don't have that level of damage. Ooh, interesting. Adrenaline is just immediately good. And Venom is another card we'd want to upgrade. And I really have enough of those, I think. I want to upgrade the 1,000 Cuts. I want to upgrade the Blade Dances, the Thinking Aheads, the After Image, the Finisher. Yeah, I don't think we can afford to pick another card we want to upgrade. And we'd want to upgrade both of these, so I'll take the Adrenaline. I don't think we're going to be hunting many elites. I don't have the draw to be able to... Or do I? Because every time I draw into... No, I want to hold on to the cards. Yeah. Okay, tiny house it is. Upgrade something good. Hey, that's pretty good. So, obviously not. Maybe. Probably not. Because Dagger Spray is good, but in retrospect, upgraded 1,000 Cuts, Blade Dance, unupgraded Blade Dance, and Cloak and Dagger are all a Dagger Spray. So I think I'm going to say no. Okay, third act. Shop is immediately tempting. Do we have a path that leads us to no elites? Yes. Is there an alternate path with no elites? There is. What's the difference? This one lets us get a card out of our hand early. This one has 1 rest. Excuse me. So same amount of rests, actually, on both paths. Same amount of shops, but this one's super late. I think I'd rather the early one just to get the early deck consistency and spend some of that 200 bucks. Sweet. Don't want any of those. Sweet. There's Terror. Oh, right. We're facing... Yeah, okay. We're facing the Awakened one. Oh god. All of our defense is predicated on playing lots of cards. Yeah, this is going to be an ugly one. But I think we want the Terror. Either to take out one of the... Oh, getting Malaise actually against the Awakened one, so we can play a bunch of our... Yeah, I think I have to pick this up because this strength scaling is going to be so out of control. I need Malaise to kind of reset it so that I can get ahead with after images. So I don't get to remove a card, but I think that's absolutely the right call. Okay, that's a very good start. That's a very good start. No, I think we have ways of dealing with that strength gain now, so I'm not too concerned. We're only going to get 2 upgrades unless we get the upgrade every single card event, or we go off the side. And I mean, I'm really doing well against the mobs, which is why I don't really want to go out into especially double elite territory. On the other hand, we could get like a strength relic or something to make the last boss a little bit less horrible. And this is an upgrade and then a heal and potentially another heal. So we're coming out, so long as we survive the encounter, and I think we can. We've got a lot of single target burst damage. Yeah, okay, I've convinced myself into it. Oh, shoot. Well, keep that. Yeah, Endless Agonies and then Nightmare the Finisher, maybe? Oh, shoot. 10, yeah, 9 damage is fine. Okay, no damage on that turn, that's good. Three, 6, 9. Three, 6, 9. Okay, so they're 9 each, so 2, 5, 9 times 9, 81. Okay. After image. At this point, putting more block in our deck, I don't think is the right call. To knuckle bite of temptation. Because we're gonna need to play at least these 3 powers, and then hit with melees, or melees first and then hit with those 3 powers. Or maybe if we do that, we do. Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, we're probably gonna need to play all 3. So I think I'm gonna skip that. Yeah, we're gonna skip. Now, upgrade melees now, or upgrade something else first? Upgrade finisher now against the elites, probably going to be more important. Save the upgrade to melees for the very last campfire, but maybe we don't get a shot and it's way more important against the last boss. No, I think the way we win against the last boss is not with an upgraded finisher, it's with upgraded melees. So we don't need to upgrade the finisher. I think we can take on elites. Obviously this. Maybe we hold on to these because they're not making that big a difference. Maybe we draw into them, although we just drew into the last of them. No. Three, 6, 8. So we really kind of just want the melees for the weaken effect. even out the draws by thinking ahead. 3, 6, 8. What's the least bad thing to put? A strike? Yeah. Keep a backflip in case, because they're going to put burns in. Does this kill? I mean, it pretty much has to, right? Yes, it does. Yeah, I'll keep that. Hopefully we can take this on now. What's the best thing to do? It's rid of a burn. Gets us finisher. Maybe if I nightmare the finishers. Like, I'm taking damage this turn. That's 72, so I really need a big combo. Keep another finisher. No, I think, yeah, strike is better. That way at least guarantees that I can play something. Oh my god. It's 26, 32. So what is this? 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 42? It's not even enough to kill. It's a good thing we have a heal coming out. 6, 9. Oh, God. Oof. Big turn, please. That counts. One damage short, are you kidding me? Okay, well at least we didn't take no damage on that turn. Good lord. That was totally worth it, you guys. Do I even want to take any of this? Backflip, but then I'm getting really close to that 30 threshold. I'm running. Yeah, I think I take it. Starting to panic take defensive cards. It's never a good sign. Ugh. I really needed one of those to be kunai or thingity. Shuriken 3, 6, 9. Let's draw 2, see what we get. Ah, okay, maybe we can pick up a second finisher. That'd be handy. That would also be handy. Just go whole hog. I think saving the endlesses. Save the good endlesses. Okay, almost no damage, so that's good. Just malaise. It's not a bad call, to be quite honest. Put the nightmare back on top. Yeah. Okay, we should now have all the time in the world. And that certainly counts. Yeah, okay. Okay, not super helpful. Do we need another blade dance? Again, it's an insane amount of block if we go with the malaise and nightmare on the after image. Again, getting close to 30. Do I really need another blade dance? It is upgraded. Are we hitting a shop? No. I don't think I need it. Rad. Hoping I can kill that thing before it deals me an upsetting amount of damage. Of course not. That's a lot. Yeah, I should have mathed that out first. There's gotta be a way we can draw into lethal here, right? Yes, okay, good. I'm like, have I played any attacks? Okay. Open dagger, it's defense. It's defense and offense. Yeah. Rest. Probably gonna need to rest again. Those are my plans. Oh, this is last chance. Paper crane. Oh, okay, that's good. We're still gonna rest again though, because this last fight's gonna take everything. Okay. Get rid of the defense. Much? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Perfect. Oh, 4. Shoot. Okay. Anyways, we're rushing one of these down. This is 3, 4, 5, 6 block. We take 9. But we are killing one of these for sure. I kill without it. 4 times 9, 36. Right? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So we can even do this. We'll just rush down this guy. Thank you, based paper crane. Coming out of nowhere to save my ass. I think we now have enough shiv stuff that I can just spend these to try to kill. It's not going to be enough, but we don't take any damage miraculously on that turn. I really wish now I had more sources of weak. We don't actually need to place 1,000 cuts now because this guy's dying. So we can conserve that. I really want to nightmare the after images now. But then I mean, I still can't kill this guy. I think killing this guy is more important, and backflip lets us heal at the same time. So what do I want to discard? I want to discard the 1,000 cuts because I'm not going to do that. There's the malaise. I could nightmare the malaise. Take 30 something now, but almost certainly kill on the next turn. I think that's the winning play. I think that's the winning play, especially since I can play the malaise now for a significant reduction in damage. Okay. I think with that we've won. I think with that we've won. So we do this. It's a fairly big source of damage, so I'm gonna go up to 15. Then do that. Yeah. I think we've won now. Okay, good. Alright, so we didn't do it clean. I had to reset. But I think I learned a lot in terms of what to do and what not to do. I can hold on to the terror because I'm going to bring him down to 0 strength. Yeah, okay, so that was, yeah, wow, that's a very different deck than what I'm used to building. So, not surprised it took me an absurdly long time to figure out how to do it. Do I want to malaise again now? I suppose I have what? I have one left. Yeah, I'll just start dealing damage. Because he'll clear all the debuffs, and then I'll want to do another malaise on the next cycle. Well, I think just crippling him now would be pretty good, right? And then bring him back up to 0. Yeah, I'll hold on to this. Yeah, so very, very different deck. I'll just finish killing this guy and then I'll talk about it a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Slow, definitely, but we did it. And pretty much once we navigated through the first couple of turns of this fight, it was pretty much a guaranteed win. So I'm going to call that one a success. Yeah, definitely had to reset a bunch, but definitely learned a ton. And really interesting process there. So I guess you could call this a modified Shiv deck. Yeah, I mean, after image carry for sure, and then the malaise, and we couldn't have done it without the Niao Nightmare pickup at the very beginning of the turn of the game. We would have had to pursue a way riskier strategy with like some other build. But yeah, interesting, very interesting. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully that was interesting enough to watch. And yeah, I'll probably be doing a couple of these in the future because I really like this seeded run thing. I'm especially going to be using it to learn more silent builds and get better at just valuing how I should be navigating higher Ascension with the silent, because I've got a ton of stuff to learn. So hopefully that'll be helpful to you and entertaining as well. Until next time, this is Mystic Juicer signing out. Enjoy yourself some Slay the Spire. Cheers.